Premier Battles. We are at Apex 2 at an undisclosed location in Manchester. I want to shout everybody that has bought a pay-per-view. Unfortunately, this event did sell out and we had to change it because of the way the world is right now. That being said, we are about to get into the headline and one of the battles I'm looking forward to that I can't explain how excited I am for this. That being said, on the right-hand side, making his debut in Premier Battles, show some love for Shuffle T. And on the left-hand side, you've seen him in Premier Battles time and time again, an absolute UK legend. From Fife, Scotland, show some love for Soul. This is a three-round battle as always. Soul won the flip and decided he's starting round one. So it's round one of Soul. Let's go, bro.
Yo, you've never rapped unironically in your whole life because he can't pull it off, so he won't try. That's the theme of this battle. But I'm on some penitent shit as well. Been in a whole world of pain and my head's like a living hell, and when I die, I know I'll be sent where the sinners dwell. Because I taught Shuffle how multis work. I will never forgive myself. I tried to tell the spastic how to write as well as rap it, but as far as he's concerned, that shit might as well be magic. And if he tried, he'd be okay. But his deflection, what he does, is be terrible on purpose and infer that that's like us. Now everything is fucked, because he's pretending that he sucks. How can we have a judged battle? He won't let himself be judged. But I can't say he's elitist, because elite implies he tries against the rappers he competes with, not acts like it's beneath him. So you parody the scene that makes the cash they pay your fees with. That's the very definition of trying to have your cake and eat it. Yo, but I guess it's up to you lot who you want in your company. That's fire or satire, detail or summary. I or Mike Tyson in his prime, or Butterbean, the guy that broke the fourth wall, or the guy that built the other three. Yo, can't even hold a conversation without quoting from Gervais and it's quite distracting. Can't hold a 9 to 5 because he likes his rapping. Cypher's at the filing cabinet. Boss came in, tried to clash him. Here's a quote from The Office. You're fired, Adam. Yo, the nerve of this tough. Man, you working a lot while you subversively mock what you make currency of. Secretly wishing we take him serious. We will certainly not. Because they don't make death notes that warn them and hog. Let's go. Yo, so tell you chicken neck pagans, your wicker men blazing in the lick of them flames, got your silhouette shaking. Say I look like a ghoul? Better bring your best agents, because I'm triple S rated. You get black and white screened in a big old red wasted. Let's go. You'll know who your figurehead facing. Evil Dead's ash giving living dead facelifts. Fuck how many multis you can fit in them pages. You are washed up. 2012 internet famous. Fuck that. Let's go. Man, I write real lyrics. You're remixing cheap gimmicks, sneak dissing what we live in. It's rekindled the fire I've been missing, so he's finished. If I don't make the cut after Shuffle, I can't deal with it. Yo, let's go. Fuck that. Me clashing Shuff, I 4-shot BR and teabag the cunt. Because I'm terrified of losing. I need that. You're fucked. I've gone insane like Dr. Crane. That fear gassed me up. Let's go. Unconscious. Right ambidextrously. Left-handed punchlines. Right-handed setup schemes. Nicest there's ever been. Synapse and sensor beams. Write everything I hate about them and rhyme accidentally. Let's go. Yo, let's go. Nah, you're gonna go, they won't save you. Shuffle's 2 and 12 now, Adam's 0 and 0 later. Shit, I comatose haters. Let that rope of dope phase you. Got a good eye on him, like smoking Joe Frazier. Let's go. Fuck that, the pen game death note. You brought this little piggy to market, I got him 10 toes. Someone that we laugh at, not someone we respect though. I'm married to the game, you're a battle rap friend zone.
All right, mate.
Here we go.
We'll have a massive go. Well. It's not the best writer in battle rap. Briggsy. Now, if you're watching this from my old school, or I used to know from in my town, and you haven't watched my battles before, and you thought you'd watch this one now, then I just wanted to say, I mean, you might have already figured out, but usually there's a bigger crowd. But this is Soul's dream. I mean, he doesn't even want there to be fans, because when they react too much, it interrupts him, and he is not going to need that. His face goes red, gets all patchy like he's got a pox or a heat rash. I've never seen anyone get so pissed off over positive feedback. You should see his face when they applaud. It fucking bothers him now. If he had it his way, it would not be allowed. He'd opt for a bouncer to follow them round, knocking them out. How dare you make noise over my bars? What is wrong with this crowd? I keep telling him, that's not heckling. Clapping's a positive sound. To the point that I don't even think this is something that COVID could have done. I think he just bought all the tickets so that nobody could come. He hopes and he prays, hands clasped on his knees, the next crowd won't relate as much. Wishes he could go back to his start in the scene, because then, well, no one gave a fuck. Because you were shit when you started out, and guess what? You're still shit. Remember the compliments match? Well, me and Marlo killed it. I cringed every time we complimented Soul. I didn't even want to film it. I didn't think of anything nice to say. I just wrote the quill bits. Didn't tell Marlo it was compliments either. I just said, let's pen one of our classics and both make an effort to be incredibly sarcastic. So that's what that was. But not this time. This time you're in open water swimming with a megalodon, and this time Quill isn't here to put the kettle on, so you won't win. You'll crack when the pressure's on. Even soul is an anagram of lose if you spell it wrong. An introverted little nerd and raps the scene you settle on, this stuck-up cunt? That would be a femidom. Catastrophes in Lebanon. That would be a femidom. Catastrophes in Lebanon. His hands and feet and head is gone. Now push the envelope so that you can receive this letter bomb. The voting's in. He's been trumped. You have to leave the Pentagon. My name's the biggest in this scene. I have subpoena Petalon. I retract everything we said in the compliments match. It wasn't meant. Even that really nice bit at the end. And that stuff we talked about after when we ditched the event and went to go and have a couple of lovely drinks with my friends. And on the podcast when I said you were sick with a pen. And all those really nice messages you think that I sent. And that time that I asked you if you had any interest in men, and that weekend we shared in Paris, it was pretend. Sorry. You've got talent, but it's just fucking on your computer waiting in documents because you ain't got the confidence. So anyone telling him to do something's just wasting their oxygen. So maybe if you'd achieved a single major accomplishment, it would have been a little bit easier to pay you a compliment. Ta!
Yo, you still never rapped unironically in your whole life because he can't pull it off, so he won't try. But I clocked the change like Doctor Strange. I see past enough. And when you see past enough, you know what he's planning up. You can't beat Thanos, bruv. He ain't been snapping once. So as soon as he has a buzz, it gets repackaged up into cheap ads they punt, to weak brands they duck, then these fans get stuck with the scene that they got. Then try sneak back to us to deplete half the funds out the leagues that they love with a complete lack of trust. You're a sellout. State of him. I'm honestly upset. You want a book? You need a roaster for your comedy event? I do adverts, weddings, even record a little set for 47 pence. I guess Shuffle's worthless when he always deals off the bottom of the deck. Look, you want to know what rhymes with fuck your book? I could rap before it. Yeah, you do want to know. You don't need to anymore, just go and check the fucking chapter for it. Yo, but ask him and Marlo, they're in a clique like us, getting clicks like us, getting corporate sponsored advertising gigs like us. But you got Oreo and Foot Locker, now his life's fucked. Because he sold his soul, now it's eating his insides up. That's why any phony promo Rowan gives him is a vain attempt at stroking his low esteem. He holds his own position and with no conviction. And if his homie's roaming, he's rolling with him like GTA bowling missions. It's cheaper than the clothes he spits in, cheaper than the home he lives in, cheapest Tory coalitions, cheaper than devoted Christians switching to Jehovah's Witness close to Christmas. How's he coping with his social distance and his dome he's living at the very epicenter of his own specific solar system? World revolves around him, and the only way he knows it's spinning is if we stay in orbit. He's just hoping that we don't eclipse him. I gave him life, no restrictions, soul's the Higgs boson in him. Flew right out the sun out my gravitational hold he's gripped in. Till Icarus's phony wings, his homie stitched, have both been clipped. The wax is slowly dripping in the ocean where he's going swimming. Gets the harsh light of day, fucked your cozy coalition more than Marlo fucking off and leaving with his Polish missus. Should have stayed inside your golden prison, locked inside your own restrictions. No one gives them, placed them on himself and he's too old to switch them. If I don't battle for a year, you wouldn't fucking know the difference. You don't tweet for a minute, he's going missing and no one missed him. He needs a fucking battle, because he needs to be told he's winning. He needs views and numbers. He needs to get his own opinion. He needs to reevaluate his whole existence because the voices in his head say he's washed the moment his opponent isn't. Yo, how ironic is that? It's unbelievably fucked. Need to tell him he don't matter to believe that he does. Even does a podcast called Something About Rhyme. Should have changed the name to I'm Nothing Without Mine. Cause I ain't trying to tag along in some battle rap carry on, feeding off the scraps upon the road we fucking trampled on, and making content you write books and podcasting on, you pimping out the giant whose shoulders you're standing on. And I'll end on that. Should I say it so I meant it? And I'd say the bloke is jealous that they're saying so respected. And it's maybe overzealous, but I'd say you owe me credit when compared to those who'd only ever save their soul to sell it.
Let's do this thing. I turn up to a house party, they go, no, fuck off. You turn up to a house party, they go, no, fuck off. tell you what, mate. You're lucky there's not much audience around here. Because with how loud the fucking staff and crowd were going to laugh, this round was going to last an hour and a half. People thought I'd be intimidated to battle him. Like I'd be too scared to fight, or wouldn't be prepared to write. When Briggsy asked me to battle him, I went, yeah, all right. There's not enough audience reaction here. I feel like I'm dying alone. I think I have to start providing my own.
Yeah, do it, Shuffle, you're a genius.
Thanks, mate. Now, you reference the most obscure shit, and it just seems a damn shame, because I'm sure it's good quality wordplay, but it just needs to translate. You reference something only he knows, we don't get it, it's disagreements backstage in a screaming rampage. Like, how is it my fault? They don't know my physics teacher's flatmate's sister's niece's cat's name.
That's fucking genius. Well done.
You hear his raps are so complex, it's like some crazy and deep riddle. And you treat that like it's some sort of ace up your sleeve, Mitch, or I can say one word and make them laugh. You might take that to seem simple, but you don't get the complexity that goes into making it seem simple.
Oh, that's really clever.
See, I came into this game and I beat the odds. Now I've got more fingers and pies than Sweeney Todd. Bars, jokes, schemes, the lot, and you can get it all at once like a weekly shot.
Coping with erectile dysfunction.
That's for my dad. That's for my fucking dad. Cop that. Look, I mean, you've got brains and yet you're still dumb. I mean, remember the punch, the Jefferson stuff, adrenaline rush, and then he's in trouble and gets kicked out to the end of the month? I mean, you're a good writer, you're clever enough, and yes, you come up with incredible puns. Excellent, but let me be blunt, that doesn't make you any less of a cunt. That punch was dead. Such a mess. You thought Caustic would land face down like buttered bread, but he just remained stood up instead, unfazed and unimpressed. Come on, Jed. Couldn't smash a prawn cracker with Thor's hammer. Skinny piece of shit. Weakling. He's thin as a cheese string, but no one sees him as appealing. I'm 90% sure if we were in a fight, I would beat him, but I've got this sort of bad wrist right now, and this knee thing. But I'm just listing your weaknesses because I figured them out. And those weaknesses should turn into crippling doubts. Makes my own weakness seem insignificant now, which is that I never make it clear when I finished a round.
He definitely is.
Is it?
Yep. Yeah. Yo, you still never rapped unironically in your whole life because you can't pull it off, so you won't try. Guess you're scared you'll be embarrassed by it. Well, it's nothing to me to be nothing but me. I guess I'm just in love with the scene. You're a step removed from your character, a Al Murray MC. How the fuck can you speak when you've always got your tongue in your cheek? Yo, but enough about how this fucking clown writes. Just show you what battle rap's supposed to sound like. Look, I was supposed to battle respect. You want to know how he got this battle? Ask these folk. Why double down? BA left, selected to B home. Right, left, BA up, start down. I go beast mode. Why double down? BA left, select, tap, B home, right, left, BA up, start down. It's like I'm playing with a cheat code. So reload. Yo, so reload your last save, your life shrink and deplete. Try hitting me, wipe, instantly die. Switch off your screen, your left trigger is broken's a nice figure of speech. To shoot from the hip, it's aimless. What you write triggering me. See, I used to like shuffle. Yo, I used to like shuffle. Thought the kids all writing. Just got more and more pissed off writing about his battle rap, laughter track, sitcom rhyming. I'll leave the PC running like a Bitcoin mining. The left, right rattling like a sidewinder. Take the head clean off him, I'm Highlander with the Zweihander. I elevate, the level set is crazy, you're in checkmate. Excavate for any shred or trace of what I left, chase perfection and it went and sent me crazy. I ain't Ben saying Kevin Spacey's present in 7 made me a head case. Yo, commander of the Scots, man, I'm Rob Roy's major. Said I bun heads like Princess, yeah, Moss Prov's flavor. Said the razor for the reboot like the Tomboy Leia. 2187, you like John Boyega. Fucking MF do my man when I slew his raps through the mask. Promos like the Rat King. Creep on him like sewer rats. Swing on him like Nat King. Nuts on him like Super Nat. Rain on him like cats and dogs. Beat on him like boots and cats. Yo, how odd is he? How odd is he? You ain't Iliad. I'm Homer with the poems, man. I Iliad. I'm Hector at the gates. I'm a really drag him through the mud. Blow minds, give fans that listen aneurysms. And I swear to God, you do one of your mannerisms. I promise when the contract was written, I ain't scrapping with him, but there's a clause. If Adam anti, I'm showing him that these hands are different. What? Yo, said love is blind like Ray when you're the father of soul. Yo, said love is blind like Ray when you're the father of soul. Folk like him going crazy, I'm the father of those. Must be green, like Al. You think I pardon him though? It's kinda gay, like Marvin, about to father a ghost. Cause they Burks, like Solomon. So what these lots see is I'm a legend, like John, or at least top 3. But I'm a Scot, like Jill. So when they see God bleed, then they pick it, like Wilson, and say he's lost steam. Took a holiday, like Billy. I've been on leave and caught flack, like Roberta, when the scene got weak. Makes you wonder, like Stevie, what the chief cause be? I guess it withers, like Bill, unless it lean on me.
Sorry, Jed. Pal, do you mind if I just wait?
No.
The people who skip you around on YouTube to find their place.
Wow.
Nice one, mate. Right, okay. Now look. Now look. Your Ilmac battle, I watched your Ilmac battle recently. It popped up out of the blue. You started rapping first, but I managed to power through. That video is up to 91 fucking thousand views. 90,000 for Ilmac, obviously, but the rest of that is down to you. I've got called a racist in a recent battle. You're safe with me, Jay. Some of my best friends are racist, and they can be great. I mean, all you did was call an Italian a wop. It's like, take a seat, mate. Can't even say something racist without being called a racist these days. You can't have a go at him for being racist. That's how the commies would start. Especially not him, he's just trying to follow his heart. I mean, come on, he's not even English, he's from Scotland, you arse. Of course he's a racist, all foreigners are. And I'm not anti-Scotland. I think Edinburgh is swell. I've been to Glasgow and went up for the festival as well. And although I've never actually done heroin myself, I hear you guys do it better than everybody else. I mean, you know, the best of all the Celts. But look, don't roll your eyes at me like, oh, the same Scottish bars. Go on, kick off, make a great song and dance. You can barely detect his accent now. That has phased off and passed. Now you just play Scottish parts like the train spotting cast. I'll invade Scotland Yard and invade Scotland Yard. No, not that. I'll invade Scotland fast and invade Scotland Yard. I'll take away your freedom and your brave Scottish heart. No one turned up here because they saw your name on the card. Fuck it, I'm gonna cough in this face. Fucking take off your mask. You don't like jokes about where you're from? Well, they might be commonplace. Because there's quite a lot of japes about it that I've got today. If you don't want them to come up, then you know exactly what I'll say. Don't get into battle rabble. Don't be fucking Scottish, mate. I'm cooking him. Let's go. Talking roast haggis and mincemeat. Smoke that like a chimney. Toast that till the bone marrow will go black and it's crispy. You think your writing's complex? Go back, have a quick read. My notepad is a mystery. That's no Agatha Christie. What are you even still doing here? You don't have to assist me. Just go grab me a whiskey and don't rap till I'm tipsy. I'm toe tagging this pipsqueak, this no talented pygmy. And so Adam and Briggsy, you'll both have to forgive me for choke slamming him 6 feet. Both hands to the kidneys. Homelander to Mo Farah. You won't handle it quickly. You'll need Joe Jackson to hit me. Your bones shatter. It's grisly. I'll throw jabs at him swiftly to send soul back to the 60s. What? In summary, avoid slurs about somebody's race. Thanks, PB, I've had a wonderful day. Thanks to all the amazing fans who showed up to the place. Hope I didn't say anything to earn a punch in the face. Time.
Yeah, Premier Battles was good. It's the Fat Man Pen. How y'all feeling, man? Had a goodie on deck, man. It was Soul versus Shuffle T. Try to keep it short and sweet, no Ben Swayze. I gave the decision to Shuffle T. And the reason I gave it to Shuffle T was because of his consistency. He was consistently swinging, consistently gunning, and his performance was a little more cleaner. To me, it came down to the last round. And the last round, you know, Soul started off strong with the control. Well, he had that tongue-in-cheek thing, and then the whole cheat code and the controller scheme was impeccable. I loved it. Adamantium, my hands different. You know, I like shit like that. That's hood shit. You know, that's street shit. I like that. But he got down to that scheme with the singers, with the old soul singers and stuff, and to me it fell flat because every punchline that he spit, I heard before. So I thought it could have been executed a little bit better. So that's the only reason that, so for that reason, I gave it that round to Shuffle T. You know what I'm saying? Because Shuffle T was just way more consistent. His punches were stronger. The sent soul back to the 60s. You know, he had the whole racist scheme about, you know, about the previous situation. So, you know, on the strength of that, I gave it to Shuffle T. And then the second round, you know, fucking Soul had the Icarus bars, the bars well crafted. He broke down Shuffle T's whole character, but then Shuffle T utilized his character to that. It didn't even faze him. You understand what I'm saying? The whole house party, the whole fuck off situation. Then he did that antic with the phone. I normally don't like antics, but when an antic works well, you can't hold it against a motherfucker. He pulled out his phone, had the phone reacting because there was no reaction, and all of this shit actually played in and made sense, and it played off well. So you can't shut down a good antic. So, you know, I make and that feeds into a punchline. I make complex seem simple. That's not something you can do without being well in tune with you and your material. So shouts to Shuffle T, man. And then I'm doing it in reverse actually. So, you know, first round he came out the gate swinging, talking about how he taught Shuffle T multis pretty much or whatever have you. And then he had the You Can't Deal, and he rhymes accidentally. I'm just giving a quick synopsis, you know what I mean? But everything that Soul was saying, Shuffle T kind of automatically had a response for it. And the way he broke down the crowd, the pandemic situation in the crowd, and explaining to him, don't choke over feedback and situations like that. And his sarcasm, man, his performance, man, Shuffle T's performance is, his composure is great, man. He keeps his composure very well. So it came down to the last round for me, and I gave it to Shuffle T, man. Shouts to Soul, great job, but I gave it to Shuffle T, man.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Ben Swayze. Shout outs to Premier Battle League. They just had Soul versus Shuffle T. Fire battle, man. Super fire. It definitely was kind of hard to judge because of the style clash. Totally two different type of battle rappers. Typically, people like Shuffle T, you usually don't judge. You just like the battle for what it is, to be honest. Kind of like Carter Deems. But let's get right into it. Round one on Soul. He basically told you the theme of the battle rap is to show you that this guy can't rap. He had I show Shuffle how multis work. I'll never forgive myself. Fire. Breakdown. She started breaking down Shuffle style of deflecting and being terrible on purpose. He had the how can we have a judge battle. He won't let himself be judged. Fire. Super fire. You know what I mean? Especially because I'm a judge. He had the what do you want in your company? Fire or satire? Detail or summary? Tyson in his prime or Butterbean? The guy that broke the fourth wall or the one that built the other three? Let's go. So then he took his mask off. He started getting in his bag. You know what I mean? He had the whole, he can't hold the 9 to 5 because he like his rapping. He had the whole job scheme, the whole Adam, you're fired. That was cool. You make fun of what you make currency of, and ends it with the they don't make Death Notes at. I'm XXX rated. You get black and white screen with a big old red wasted. You could tell Soul Watch played mad video games. I mean Grand Theft Auto wasted on the screen in black and white with the red. He had the fuck how many multis you can fit in the pages. You a washed up 2012 internet famous. Why you coming at him like that? So you gotta chill. He had the crazy. He started going to his flow patterns. Crazy. That whole sneak dissing. We living remixing. That was fire. If I don't get the cut after Shuffle, I can't deal with it. Find out everything about him and rhyme accidentally. Let's go, Soul. He had the rope-a-dope Frazier good eye on him like smoking Joe Frazier. Rope-a-dope Ali Frazier. Crazy. You brought this little piggy. I'm on 10 toes. I like that. I'm married to the game. You battle rap friend zone. Soul first round was super fire. I'm not gonna hold you. He started off a little bit slow, but overall, like just the way he rhymes, like even though y'all hear me breaking down his bars, trust me, as an American, it ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. But super fire from Soul. Shuffle T that gets in his bag. If it's not the best writer in battle rap, if it's not the best battle in battle rap, then he points at Briggsy. Shouts to Bison Briggz. I've never seen someone get pissed off of positive feedback. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. This is why Shuffle is so good, cause it's like he's showing everything about you that's just like that's not, you know what I mean? Like that you think is supposed to be so fire and going crazy. Yeah, I don't think this is something that COVID did. Talking about the no crowd, he just bought all the tickets so no one could. Still running with the same theme that this guy be so overhyped and angry at everybody, the crowd and everything. I like that. He talks about the compliment battle. If you didn't know, they had a compliment battle before 2-on-2. Shouts to Marlo. He said that the whole time they was really just being sarcastic. Soul is an anagram of lose if you spell it wrong. That was fire. For those that don't know, anagram, that's when you switch the words around. And it means something fire, super fire. Push the envelope so you can't receive this letter bomb. He starts talking about how all the compliments was fake, even the piece at the end. The messages, if you into men, pause. That night in Paris, it was pretend. Shuffle just started going somewhere else with it. Your talent is on your computer and documents because you ain't hit the confidence. Anyone telling him is wasting the oxygen. If you achieved a major accomplishment, it would have been easier to pay you a compliment. Fire. I'm going to tell you why that's so fire, because just like his multis, the way he rap, is not easy. Like, that's super difficult what he's doing. But I gave round 1 to Soul. I'm not going to hold y'all. Soul just had too much. This is a Bim Swayze breakdown. I'm sorry, y'all. This is what I do. I break it down all the way. I mean, when I'm judging battles. So, you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Round 1 goes to Soul. Round 2, Soul had the, like Dr. Strange. I see Pass Enough, fire. Talks about him being a comedian. Goes into all that. Even Shuffle's worthless when it's dealt from the bottom of the deck. Let's go, Soul. I was fire. He had the, you know what rhymes with your fucking book, all that stuff. He had the, I like that whole cheaper than the clothes he spits in, cheaper than the home he lives in. That whole cheap, that was dope. Like that whole pattern, that whole delivery, fire. How's he social distancing his dome? That whole solar system scheme, that was crazy. He had the angle about he locked himself with his own restrictions that he gave himself. But if Soul didn't battle for even a year, you wouldn't know the difference. That was fire. He needs battles because of the voices in his head saying he's washed. The minute he realizes his opponent isn't, I like that. A lot of angles. Soul was heavy angle based. Gotta tell him he don't matter to believe what he does. Does a podcast called Something About Rhyme. Should have changed it to I'm Nothing Without Minds. I like that. He was trying to talk to Soul was trying to talk to his soul. Ended it with the you owe me credit compared to those who only save their soul to sell it. I like Soul's round, but Shuffle T's round 2, man. Even with all the jokes, like he told you, yo, like that's what he does. I show up to a house party. No, fuck off. You show up to a house party? No, fuck off. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Simple stuff like that is not it seems easy, but it's not easy. Everybody can't do it, yo. He had the fake choke, pull out his phone. His phone say, yo, Shuffle, you a genius? Performance with no crowd there, he's still performing. Fire. He starts angling about Soul, mad when people don't understand what he's saying. But he can make people laugh off of just one line. That right there isn't simple. I like that whole angle. That's super fire, like, cause that's what I was thinking the whole time. He kept pulling out his phone saying, "Yo, Soul, you a genius." Fire. He started punching a little bit, more fingers and pies than Sweeney Todd. Like that. I don't know what you slinging over there. You talking about fingers and pies, like I don't know. And then he pulled out his phone that last time, and it says, "To control erectile and function," like made everybody go crazy. Super fire, that whole thing. Started going into multis. Said you said Caustic would lay down like buttered bread, but he stood up like an onion press, like fire. All that punching, I like that from you. I wish you was a little bit more like that, low key. Even though I like the joking and all that, I like when you attacking them more. Your insecurities make my own weaknesses seem insignificant. Now, like, how can I can't even finish a round. That whole ending was super fire. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I edged the second round to Shuffle. Edged it, slight edge. I think he just did more, you know what I mean? Like, Yeah, it's cool to be very, very intricate with your rhyming and all that, but he's showing other elements of battle rap, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He was breaking down his weaknesses and everything, while still being funny. Performance. Shuffle, slight edge round 2. I'm not even mad at nobody that gave it to Solo. Round 3 though, Soul goes back into he's scared to actually rap. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna show him how to battle rap. Once he got in that bag, I gotta break this down for y'all. I'm sorry. He said I was supposed to battle respect. He said why he got this battle? Ask these folks. Why double down? BA left select to be home. Right, left, BA up, down, start, I go beast mode. That, yo, not gonna hold y'all. That was fire. That was super fire. Then he repeats it and says it's like I'm playing with a cheat code. Yo, leave Soul alone. Soul is one of them ones. He's definitely had the controllers. Then he's kept with the controller scheme. What you pull off the hip aimless. You right triggering me. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Soul third round was my favorite round from him. Take his head clean off like Hollander. Kevin Spacey in 7 when he made me a head case. What? Shout out to that movie. That's one of my favorite movies, 7. Creep on him like sewer rat. Swing on him like Nat King. Nod on him like Super Nat. Rain on him like cats. And yo, Soul third round was OD fire, man. He had the Al Green scheme. I like that. Starts punching again. Legend like John. Pickett like Wilson. That whole thing ends it with Withers like Bill. If you lean on me. Soul third round. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it was nothing that Shuffle was gonna say, even with the comedy that was gonna win that round. But Shuffle has some things. Started off with If I Mind If I Wait. For people on YouTube that skipped you to find my place. Super fucked with that. He brings up the Illmatic battles. Trumps up with the racist angle. Of course, he's a racist, all foreigners are. He had a Scottish angle, talking about him being Scottish. You thinking writing's complex. Go back, have a quick read. My notepad's a mystery. Multis ended with a senso. Back to the 60s. I'm not gonna lie. Shuffle T's round 3 was cool. But Soul clearly won the third, man. I had Soul 2-1 first and the third. Fire battle. Very, very big replay value. And that's my judgment, man. Shout outs to Soul. Shout outs to Shuffle T. Shout outs to everybody at Premier Battle League. Appreciate y'all. You already know.
What up, everybody? Lex Luthor here, iBattle TV. Shout out to all my bros across the pond. Shout out to all my guys in the UK killing shit. And major respects to Briggz and Shotty Horroh and Premier Battles. Thank you for bringing us all this content during a pandemic. And thank you for rising up when the UK needed you guys the most and throwing the biggest battles that you can. With that being said, I'm judging Shuffle T versus Soul today. I gave the first round to Soul pretty clearly. He had this like big 16-bar spree that he went on in the middle of his round that was really, really crazy and was actually my favorite part of the battle. So I give the first round to Soul. And I feel as though Shuffle was kind of sloppy this round. It seems to be his like worst round. So first round pretty clearly to Soul. I gave the second round really clearly to Shuffle T. Very different this round. Lots of moments. I really liked the phone shit. I thought that was funny as fuck. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of Soul stuff didn't really hit in the second round. He went on like a long tirade and not much landed, right? The third round was really close, but I edged it to Shuffle T. That racist shit he did was mad funny, super sarcastic. Reminds me of Dunch, man, and I love that type of shit. So yeah, I got Shuffle T taking this battle 2-1. Shout out to both the MCs. You were both amazing. And I hope to see more from you both soon.